They needed 21 students to keep that place open. You can guess it, I was the 21st student. I went to school at a one-room school, one stove, one teacher, 8 grades. Me and Tella Slayton were only 2 in my class. I have to say I didn't learn much the first 6 years out of school. After that, we moved to the Hazel Road, Midway at Hazel. And there we had toilet paper. We had running water, we had electricity, and we moved up in this world. During this, and I was real small for my age, but my friend Bobby Cochran, didn't nobody say no to Bobby, and I never worried about anybody jumping on me. He was my watchdog. I went to school with Reuben Upel Irwin, Otis's sister. They told me how great he was, and being an Air Force pilot. Well, that's what I would like to be. I enlisted in the Air Force in November the 10th, 1944. I was not called to serve until April the 12th, 1945, the day Roosevelt died. I was as after the war was winding down. I did not make the cadet program. I wound up in studying to be a mechanic for a B-24s in Keeslerfield, Mississippi for about 4 months. And B-24s were outdated at that time. There was B-17, B-29s. But these, I guess, was getting paid to teach us, and I didn't learn anything. We went to school at 12 nights, 6 in the morning. On my 19th birthday, I was on a ship going to Okinawa to be a number 3 engine mechanic for B-29. I'd never seen a B-29. We lost more B-29s over there. The typhoon had just cleaned that place over. And me and another man, we lived in a 2-man tent for about 6 months over there. And I didn't know how to work on an engine, so if I found a bad cylinder, I couldn't change a bad cylinder. I'd mark 2 or 3 more down so I could put the engine in the ocean, and there was no pressure or nothing. We just, actually I enjoyed it. I mean, I really did. One of my most embarrassing moments was they were going to fly over China. So they gathered all the parachutes up out there, and I grabbed the hold to the thing that you open it with, whatever you pick. They said, pick up your parachutes. I opened mine right there. I've outsmarted myself many a time. I learned too well the future farmer motto, but I learned by doing. And I outdid myself many times. I was hoping Glenn Dorn would be here during our period of banking. My dad was, I guess he saw Joe Tom Foster, or maybe George Hart probably saw Joe Tom Foster. Mr. Foster had, them boys, he had several brothers, they wanted a tractor. But Mr. Foster was showing an old John Deere Fortune that's sitting up on the hill of the church. He said, no, we're not getting one. Never did get him a tractor. So in financing the tractor world, why, George Hart wasn't as well, let's say Dad felt more convenient, more friendly with the People's Bank because Mr. Stokes would finance tractors. Glenn Dorn likes to tell that he loaned his first $1 million to my dad. I know he'll be here today. Let's see who. Yeah, my wife's named Nana Faye. Her mother was Lida Miller, and some of her cousins are Jimmy, and some of her cousins are Jimmy and Jackie Butterworth. You may know them on her mother's side, and on her dad's side, it's Carmen Miller, and some of her cousins on that side are Bill D. Miller and Farrell and Dan Miller. We've got to have 3 children. Gary, who's now passed away, and his wife Peggy, and 3 sons, Greg, Charles, and John, and their wives, 6 great-grandkids. And of course, Greg is a member here of this club, and my son David is a member of this club, and I'm happy that they are. Jennifer our daughter Jennifer has 3 girls, Randy, Alyssa, and Maya. And David and his wife Jennifer have 3 children, Zach, Cammie, Zora, and Quinlan.
4. It's 4.
4. Is that 4? David has been the general manager of our company, Taylor Bus Sales, for some 20 years, and he's done a great job. He's never missed a payroll yet. He paid the rent on time, too. On the Rotary, I have thoroughly enjoyed Ed Christman introducing me into the Rotary Club. I guess I'd have to say one of the most enjoyable or refreshing or remembering things that I like about the Rotary Club was getting to know Max Hurt on a person-to-person basis. You know, I was here when Max introduced this old Kentucky, the song here. And I visited clubs when they didn't know what they was talking about, but I felt comfortable. I visited a lot of clubs. I've been up and down this old business world. In the 50s, I guess it was, I outdone myself in Guatemala and went broke. Got back on my feet in the 80s, went broke again. Interest went up to 20%, and fuel went up, and the people couldn't pay for the trucks. I can't tell you, I've made so many mistakes, I don't know which one carried me under. I'd have to say credit did most of the time. I received so much satisfaction out of the service. Let me say this, my dad he was a farmer. When he married my mother, he traded his mule T-model for another mule. He had 2 mules. And so he worked day and night, wound up with Alice Chalmers tractor, the first one ever come to the county. They wanted to be a dealer. He became an Alice Chalmers dealer and sold more Alice Chalmers tractors. I don't know, all of you probably, or not all of you, but a lot of you have experienced these Alice Chalmers tractors, and he always gave something extra. He taught me the beauty of service. People take these one plow tractors and bend the plow babies, they pick you up another. I had a wonderful inheritance from giving service. Nobody, I don't think, has ever enjoyed giving service any better than I have in that area. So much so that I've neglected maybe the service that I could offer in the Rotary Club. I have on the back of my card here, it says total customer satisfaction, cover all bases, burn no bridges, accept problems as opportunities, and then perhaps today the Lord comes. I have that. I have a box of these cards. I have people that enjoy those comments, and have a box of cards sitting back there on the table if y'all want to pick up one of them. Well, I guess I should know when to stop. And I've enjoyed my brothers that tell my wife that they're thankful that she stayed with me. And there's been many a time that, there've been times in our life when she couldn't go out with the ladies. Of course, she couldn't buy the coffee. I remember one time my old car blowed up, and I just wanted to cry and lay down.